Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy.
For the April 2020 One That Got Away, we're going to talk about a movie I know so many of you were excited to hear my thoughts on, and more importantly, a lot of you were kind of wondering why I decided to skip this film in theaters. And it, of course, is the Jordan Peele-directed film Us, starring Winston Duke, Lupita Nyong'o, and Elizabeth Moss. So, some of you did post in comment sections in some of my videos from last year asking, why are you not going to see Us? Well, I am definitely going to let you all know the following. Get Out was a revolution. It was such an interesting and fresh take on the horror film. And one of the few things that I have been saying over the last recent years is I'm not the biggest fan of horror films, but I appreciate the fact that, especially over the last 5, maybe 10 years at this point in time, the horror film is starting to get its brain back, and it's starting to be more than just the typical jump scares. Get Out was one of those incredibly well done films, well acted, beautiful story, and such an interesting take on horror by throwing a little bit of a political twist in there. So Us is just one of those movies. When I saw the trailer for it, was I excited that it was coming out? Yes. Was I excited about the cast and the director? Of course I was. I am a big fan of Lupita Nyong'o, and after seeing Winston Duke in Black Panther, I was really excited to see him in another movie. But the whole thing about Us was the fact that it just didn't seem to be as fresh feeling, if you will, as a movie like Get Out. So, after seeing it, I will say the following. This movie is very, very good. The acting is absolutely solid, and I have to give credit to every cast member of this film, because each of these characters played 2 roles. Because if you don't know what this story is about, it's basically about a family that goes away on a trip, and they also have some friends who are there as well, but they're not really so much in the film as this regular family is, and all of a sudden there's a mysterious group of people in their front driveway, and it turns out to be exact replicas of them, but very evil and twisted. And that's exactly what this movie feels like throughout the entirety of it. It's very, very twisted. And the best part about this film is the fact that each of these actors played their decent, mild-mannered selves and their broken mirror evil counterparts. But the real question about these mysterious beings is, are they truly, truly evil? Because throughout the film, there is so much guessing that you're having. You don't understand why they're here. They're not just running all over the place and trying to kill for the sake of killing. You can definitely tell that there is something going on in this broken mirror replica family in their minds, and that they have a more important goal in their heads when it comes to meeting this other, more well-kept, groomed, perfect version of themselves. And that's what just makes this movie so interesting. It is just creepy. It's got some comedy in it. The acting is just, like I said, absolutely wonderful. Lupita Nyong'o is just dynamite in this film. But then again, everything that she is in is dynamite. She's one of my favorite actresses out there right now. She just sold me on her overall natural fear in this film. That's what I loved so much about her character. But then when you get to the end and you finally see what the intentions of this replica family is, it's so interesting and deep, and it then takes a little bit of the mannerisms that Get Out had, but just in a very different way. And I will say that it is definitely strange, but it's so different and original, and it once again just makes you question life. Because that's pretty much what Get Out did, and Us makes you also think the exact same way. Like, do we really have these lives that we're making for ourselves, or are we literally puppets in somebody's crazy and sick master plan? And there's another twist that happens at the very end of the movie, which I sort of saw coming, and that is also one of the downfalls of this movie. Even though there is a lot of guessing and there is some very interesting and clever twists, the movie itself still, for me, was very, very predictable. It was like, I knew where those possible jump scares were going to be. I kind of had a feeling that the direction of the film was going where it ended up, and so even though I did feel that it was a very well done film, I mean, Jordan Peele is definitely one of the best directors in Hollywood right now, as well as screenwriters, and I'm just always very excited now to see what he's going to give us next. But at the end of the day, it's still a very enjoyable film, and in the world of horror, definitely one of the best and most well-written in a very long time. But it's not necessarily a movie that I'm going to want to see again, and it's not a movie that I'm going to want to own on DVD. It just doesn't have that true amazing feeling that I had after seeing a movie like Get Out, because Get Out was truly a revolutionary film, not just for horror, but just film in general. But I will still say that if you do like Jordan Peele's work and you did like Get Out, then I highly recommend you check out Us. It's not really as scary as you might think it will be. It will definitely make you feel weird and uncomfortable, but that's really what makes the best kind of horror films. So I'm just going to be giving Us a very admirable 3 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss Us, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.